Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. It's I wanna make this and say this before 2026, because 2026 seems like when it's all gonna go down. Okay, first to start off, what you're gonna see coming up in the next several months is food prices rise like you have never fucking seen before. All commodities will rise. But what I'm going to discuss right now is more along the lines of psychological. Okay, you have many different factions, groups of people who believe different things fighting against each other. Political, religious, you name it. Racial, that's a big one right there. Now, while most of these feelings that people have are valid, some of them are not. And I'm going to tell you why. Because ever since the advent of the public education system, there have been efforts to divide populations, right, amongst themselves so that they are easier to control. That is all that it is for. Now that everyone has a media device in their hands and algorithms are tailor made to each specific person and what they believe in, it is easier to, there's no other way to put it, it is easier to corrupt the minds of citizenry. This is all an aspect of fifth generational warfare, okay? Each generation of warfare has grown in scale and scope. Started out with swords and spears, then the amount of people involved, mainly men, increased. So we started using battle formations, shit like that. Second generation. Third generation, we get introduced to black powder and shit like that. Fourth generation is our tanks, planes, bombs, missiles, shit like that. And the fifth generation is everything. Because of the advent of the internet and the way that it is interconnected into everything, every single citizen is a node within a society to be corrupted and to be used against that system that they live in, right? So if you can divide people along religious, racial, and political views, each of these small groups of people will be able to be controlled, especially if you infiltrate leaders into that group and have them take control and steer the direction in which the group is going to go. And obviously it will be fighting against other people, right? Never fighting against the powers that be. Never fighting against the ones who are setting this whole thing up. And while normal people, your citizenry, sit and fight amongst themselves, they're taking everything. And I do fucking mean everything. So while people sit on YouTube, Facebook, any of the social media, bitch and complain about shit that happened 300 or 400 years ago. Right now, right here, in this day and age, they are stealing everything, including fucking children. And I don't know about you, but I give a shit less what the fuck happened 300 years ago, and I care more about somebody stealing children. Why the fuck don't you? I get looked at like I'm the fucking crazy one. I'm gonna be very candid and very gruesome. I don't give a shit about what any beliefs anybody has about how they are. Yeah? If you were to take a human from every part of the fucking world and you filleted their skin off, they'd all look the same, wouldn't they? Bleed the same. Scream the same. Ain't no fucking difference. Especially whenever viable offspring can be made among the human race. Right? Because, sure, they want resources, gold, riches, slave labor. But the one thing that they really fucking want, and I mean they want it, people and kids. So you see, while everyone bitches about this, that, and the other, and what somebody said, and you know, this and that, they're gonna keep taking kids. You see, with all this Jeffrey Epstein shit going on, and now you don't hear fucking nothing about it. Not a peep. But everybody now is saying, oh, you know, Jeffrey Epstein, it's over with. It's over. It's done. It's there ain't no more. It's not over. It's not done. They're still doing it. And Jeffrey Epstein ain't the fucking end all be all of all this shit. If you think that all this shit stopped just because he's dead, you're a fucking idiot. You are, there is no helping you. There is no helping you. You better go look at how many motherfucking kids are missing. I don't give a shit about anybody's political belief, right? I have the understanding that not a single ne'er one of these motherfuckers, left or right, give a shit about me or anyone else. And there ain't a goddamn thing that anybody could ever say to convince me otherwise. Why? Because their actions say so. So regardless of whatever kind of propaganda or ideas that their fucking peons try to put towards you and bring you over to their side, don't believe it. These motherfuckers don't give a shit about you. These politicians do not give a fuck about you. Neither do any of their agents that are trying to pull people left, right, backwards, frontwards, pull them up, pull them down, shake them around. Then nobody knows which fucking direction they need to go. You see how that works? Now, while everybody's fucking fighting against each other about whatever, we're getting left up shit's creek without a fucking paddle. And everybody's still fighting against each other over shit. I just seen a video, man. I just seen a fucking video where somebody was complaining about some shit that happened 800 years ago. Yeah. Talking about they were stealing children and this and that, right? In my mind, I'm like, so that's what you care about, right? Some shit that happened 800 years ago that you can't change, you can't affect, you can't. It's nothing. But you don't want to speak on the little ones that are being taken now? I'm going to tell you right now, for anybody that would leave a fucking message trying to bring up fucking political shit or anything and try to get me, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, there is nothing that you can say or do that will ever put me on the side of any government, any political side, any racial side, any whatever, right? Because the way I see it, if I see that you're trying to divide people, to me, you're a fucking CIA asset. You are an asset of the intelligence company meant to go out into society, push propaganda, and divide everyone so that they fight amongst themselves, so that the powers that be can come afterwards and just take everything that they want without resistance. That's what I think you are. You are an agent of chaos. Ordo ab chaos. Order out of chaos. They will fuck everything up just to come with a solution and say they can fix everything. Hey, Big Daddy Government, I'm here to fix everything, y'all. Not realizing these are the motherfuckers that were putting... These are the motherfuckers that were putting everything into play. Shit's no accident. It's not a fucking accident. There are many groups, many factions. They will try to pull you in every fucking which way. Please listen to me when I tell you. None of these agents, and most of them are fucking social media influencers now, because that's the way that everybody's connected, right? Like I said, 5th generational warfare. With the advent of the internet, everybody is a node in a system that could be corrupted against said system, right? So if you could propagandize people, and propaganda is not illegal in a country with free speech. But you see, because you have free speech, you also have the ability to learn what propaganda is. And once you know it, it doesn't work anymore. For instance, this is why I say there ain't nothing that a motherfucker can tell me. I know that they're stealing kids. I know that they're doing horrible fucking shit right now. And so that's why if somebody was to bring up the left, the right, I don't care. I don't care. It's a game. You don't see the game? You don't see the fucking game? It's a game. The world is a stage. That is why they call it the theater of war. The theater of war. Shit is not what the fuck you think it is. It is much more complicated. Like I said, don't trust these goddamn basically fucking social media influencers trying to pull you every which way. And they're not talking about the real motherfucking problems that we have in the world. People coming up missing, organ harvesting, sexual deviancy, and I mean fucking deviancy. And for me, the worst, mass slave labor. So anyone that comes and, they start bitching about some shit that happened even 100 years ago, right? It's cool to know, but you can't do anything about it. So you better stop paying attention to that shit that happened, keep a record of it in your fucking mind, and pay attention to what's happening now. Jeffrey Epstein wasn't the end-all be-all. The shit didn't stop with him, and it didn't start with him. It's been going on for a long fucking time. I'm talking thousands of fucking years. Yeah? This is bigger than any fucking... It is so massive in scale and scope. It is planet-wide. It is the whole fucking globe that is involved in this. The only way to start fighting back is to, one, see it for what the fuck it really is. Which is a fucked up, twisted system that uses humans for its own... I don't even know the word. I'm not going to say benefit, right? Because it can backfire. Yeah, it can backfire very fast, and they know this. The powers that be know this. If we all decided, you know what? I'm going to put aside whatever grievances I have, and I'm going to go ahead and work with the person to my left and the right to bring these fuckers down. There's nothing that they could do. They cannot kill all of us. You see Nepal? Yeah. Burn it all down. Burn it all fucking down. That's what you do. I'm talking you take out motherfucking power lines, man. I've already sit and thought about how to disrupt a nation, right? Bring it to its fucking knees without firing a shot. And all it is destroying infrastructure, right? Because the modern day technology, the interconnectedness, each person being a node, only works when there's electricity. You cancel out that interconnectedness, it all goes away. But so long as everyone's connected into the system, plugged in, and being drip fed propaganda from all sides, right? Left and right. And now it's even to the point where these groups are infighting amongst themselves. So not only is it nations fighting amongst themselves, right? A type of civil war, but even within each of these groups, they are fighting amongst themselves. You can even take this down to the family union. The family unit has been destroyed. How could any group have cohesion when they can't even get along with their fucking brothers and sisters of their mom and dad? Why do you think they pulled dad out of the house? Why do you think they pulled mom out of the house? Told her she's equal. You're equal. You should go to work. You know, drop your kids off to some other adult. Let another adult raise your kids. You hear how fucking dumb that sounds? You hear how fucking stupid that sounds? Yeah? You didn't think about that before, did you? So look, man, I'm going to get off here in a little bit because I got to start getting ready to go to work. But anyone who sees this, you better wake the fuck up. You have to wake up because these fucking people that have control over everything, they have no problem enslaving all of us, regardless of whatever fucking beliefs you have. I could sit here and I can go through names of different YouTubers and podcasters that are trying to get you to, you know, come to their side and believe what they're saying, right? And obviously there's some truth mixed in with it, yeah? But please understand, there's a bigger picture, a much bigger picture. It's not as simple as this team versus that team. It's... Man. It's hella big. Like I said, planet-wide. And all the horrible shit that you hear about, it's still fucking happening. I feel like I have to repeat this because somebody will watch this fucking video and try to bring up some kind of politics, race relations, religious shit, right? Listen, if you're not going to talk to me about how to solve these problems, right? Or point, at least, at the very least, fucking point them out. There's nothing that you could say to change my mind. I am set in this belief that all governments, there are over 190 countries in the fucking world. 190. The powers that be do not give a fuck about a single one. They care about the whole. So while each individual person only cares about their own nation state, which is understandable, and you should, the powers that be think of all of them. They don't care if one is destroyed. Do you know how many fucking civilizations there are that have been completely wiped out? People you would never hear from or see. Languages that you will never fucking hear or know about. So, sorry, I got distracted by the TV. So, I want everybody to be on their P's and Q's. Watch out for propaganda, especially nowadays. Because it seems like even the people that are doing this, they know what they're doing. Maybe not all of them, but a majority of them understand that they are causing division, and that is what they want to do. I believe it's because they work with these motherfuckers. They want chaos. They want everything to fall down and crumble. Honestly, at this point, they're probably fucking right. You know? You got kids missing. Over the weekend. Not over the weekend. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, a story came out of Florida. 160 children were found in a dungeon. It was a dungeon. It was underground fucking dungeon. I think like 20 adults were arrested. You didn't hear nothing about it. Nothing. You know what you did hear about? Some shit that some motherfucking Donald Trump said. Oh, he said this. Look at this, guys. He said this. This is... Oh, man, can you believe he said that? You will not hear a motherfucking word about any of those kids that got found. That's the shit that infuriates me. So don't think that you could come over here to this motherfucking side and explain to me anything that would get me to take my mind off of that. It won't work. You have to kill me. You have to fucking kill me. Give a shit about your politics, your race relations, your religious relations. That don't matter when they're taking our fucking future. When they're taking... Better wisen up. You better see the games that are being played. And each side trying to pull you to their side. This is what I do. I meditate. And so when I meditate, you may be able to do this, you may not. I pull myself out of my body and I go up and sit beside the moon. And I look at the planet as a whole. Not just one country, not just 10 countries. The whole fucking pie, right? So, you better keep your head on a fucking swivel. Watch yourself and watch your kids when you go out. There's a lot of freaks out there in this world. And like I said, you're going to have a lot of people that'll pull you to their side. They will try. Don't listen. Don't listen. Don't do it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, these people, these fucking social media influencers, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't. They care about them donos. Yeah, they care about getting those views up. Those like and subscribe, man. Hit that, smash that like button. Motherfuckers. Don't give a shit about anybody but their fucking selves. That's the truth. That's the truth. They feign like they care. They act like they care. But it's an act. It's not real. It's not real at all. I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta get ready to go to work. Y'all have a good day. Be safe. And pay attention to what's going on around you. Peace out.